create an empty folder. For this n8n workflow, I want to add the Brave API. Create a file called workflow. Get the docs for Brave Search API. You'll need to subscribe to a paid plan, or a plan that is connected to your credit card, but it won't be charged unless you go over 1,000 requests per month. To create your Brave API, visit this URL and click the sign up link. You will need to sign up for a free account, which is 2,000 requests per month. And once you've connected your credit card, you can then visit API keys. It's given some example header requests that we can put into a HTTP node on n8n to search Brave for the latest topics and then put those latest news topics into a Google Sheet. Currently we've added Brave Search here, but we will remove that. So I'll show you how to test this out. Paste options, add an HTTP node with API connection to Brave near the beginning where it makes sense. Make any other necessary changes to get the output of the Brave request to flow to the next step. You might need to create a new branch and then merge it back into the flow before it uses the existing Google Doc creation node. My Brave API key is this. I'll just delete Brave and then I will copy and paste that back. So I'll delete what I had there before. I'll paste the new workflow. Let's get it to reevaluate. And now it knows it's a different workflow focusing on gathering news and topics from various sources. So it's proposing an edit which it might have trouble with the length. It gives you the opportunity to apply that even in the chat mode. So results are merged and then deduplicated. I already have the deduplication working in there. So let's go ahead and make the change with the write enabled. So it knows that we already had keywords in a previous node, so it's using those to pass those through to the Brave search. And it's using the test key that I inserted there. And this should be correct because it would have the context of the entire workflow. Copy the entire workflow, and you can see now I have 3 different searches: Coach, OpenAI, Search Preview, and the Brave search is the new one just added now. I'll just paste it over so you can see the difference. It has inserted the Brave search here, and then we double click on this to set the key. It's modified the credential section to header auth instead of generic credential type, and so now that should directly send the header instead of using credential section. Create a new JSON file, just the Brave node, and we can copy and paste just the Brave node. If we don't want to overwrite the entire workflow, we can ask for a node which will be wrapped with the nodes array so that n8n understands when we paste that in. We just copy this window, paste, and then we just have the nodes that it thought that we would need. I notice the header auth is not supported. Let's just place some values in here, and I will copy this we'll tell it to edit this Brave node again. Now it will use the headers where it specifically sets the header name and value, and it's removing the invalid header auth. So I'll copy this, paste it. Now it's updated the header tags there. Now I notice there is no query being sent. So it's saying query parameters has parameters of Q and the JSON keyword, but send query parameters is disabled here. I'm going to send it this screenshot showing that's disabled. So it needs to update that node to enable query parameters. I could do it manually. When I enabled it, the queue did not appear. So this needs a send query. It was having technical issues. It wasn't able to do this. Add this to the parameters object. You do this line, send query. Copy and paste that. And now you'll see the query parameters shows up. With the corrected Brave node, and I've got the original workflow, I'll say put Brave node into workflow, and this is the only change with the send query true with the header parameters. And then the queue for the query will appear as well. Copy the entire workflow. Over here, paste the entire workflow back in. It will have fixed this up. Now we have the send query parameters enabled with the queue and the keyword, and the key passed through the subscription token. So this is how I would go about editing a workflow for n8n by copying and pasting the JSON. There is an MCP called n8n workflow builder that can create workflow, update workflow, activate, deactivate. So this can have a direct connection using your n8n API key, but I'm not finding it reliable enough. It has an issue when it interacts with over 300 lines of JSON. When these MCPs submit arguments, they have to submit the argument all on one line. So they take your JSON and put it into a single line, and it has trouble processing it when that's going back and forth to n8n through your API key.